Hi everybody, this is CVGS, I'm the captain here, and welcome to another tournament fight that we have over here for you guys, all over from Toxic card shop over here in Singapore. And here you can actually see that we actually have a fight for you between Jaden, returning back from last week, as well as Xiang. And this is actually a matchup between Loronerol and Chronojet Dragon. So this is interesting right now because it is the post-release of Chronojet Dragon, as it has been recently released also. And Xiang, actually, I'll just let you guys know on the spoilers for the deck list. He's actually using the strike deck set straight out from the box. So it is going to be interesting to see just how this deck actually plays out, and it's nice that we actually have somebody just take part in a tournament with it, so just so that we can showcase the abilities that it has and everything that it does. So as the players both stand up Vanguard, and as you can see, Javen actually popped the wrong first Vanguard from there, so that order is not in the correct spot, but we should be able to see, there we go, the proper grade 0 Loronerol in place. Alrighty, so I had some experience with Loronerol because I was experimenting around with Loronerol in like CFA, just to kind of like test decks and such and try to understand. But Xiang actually has that first turn going on right now, and yeah, he gets the discard from there and writes into Chronojet Dragon. Chronojet Dragon skill, so he gets to draw a card from his hand when you write over Chronodran and put the Chronojet Dragon crest in play. Now the crest is important for the Chronojet, so because it's what allows the Chronojet deck to actually be able to strike. You'll be able to perform strikes with the crest in play, but you can only ride up to Chronojet Dragon, so you cannot ride up to any other grade 3s. So that's what the crest does to make sure that it stays within it. So, but as we can see, the grade 1 Loronerol coming in, drive check, no trigger, and no damage, no trigger damage from there. So it passes over the Xiang right here. So we have seen Javen play other decks before, so this is the first time we actually will be seeing him play with Loronerol. He does have a few decks, and this is another one of the decks that he has. But now as we see Xiang actually riding up to Chronojet Dragon. So Chronojet Dragon doesn't have any skill when you ride off of it, it only happens when you ride onto Chronojet Dragon. But he's calling out the Gear 0 basically on the side, and the Gear 0 is actually really handy because you have GB1, you can actually intercept from the barrel. But just trying to get the offensive right there, the 6 snow fractals. The 6 flower fractal, sorry, just going to the damage zone. So, but 2 damage going in, draw trigger, so no, crit trigger on Jaden's side. So yeah, and Jaden deciding his discard, he's discarding the Madderate Fantasy, Madderate Runway, sorry, and then writes in the grade 2 Loronerol. But with the write up, he's now able to finally search out for his song cards, which is the key things about the Loronerol deck. So he's looking for the first, the grade 1 one, which I believe should be Romantic Happiness. Yep, he finds Romantic Happiness, puts it into play, and gets that shuffle on. So the nice thing about the Loronerol deck is that with its set order cards being the song cards, it actually provides a lot of benefits to it, and we have seen Loronerol actually top a lot of tournaments in the early days of Vanguard Overdress, when the D format was first established. So Loronerol was really a powerful card from there. So Ignore coming down into play right here, and then of course a booster at the back as well. But Ignore is actually really handy also because it allows you to be able to get draws, just by being able to counterblast 1. So you've got plenty of counterblast to use with at this current time. But of course also the singing doesn't start until the Cat Girl, the grade 3 Cat Girl comes into play. But Ignore coming into play, discard 1, draw 1 at the end of the battle. Let me just double check the conditions. Is when he attacks. So if your Vanguard sang a song this turn. Okay, so the Vanguard actually didn't sing a song, unfortunately, so that has been a misplay on his side. So I think he's probably double checking everything, just making sure of the rules and such. But regardless, we do get a guard for Xiang right there. I think the misplay may not have been caught at that time, so but it's okay. The match proceeds forward from here. Alright, so critical trigger on Jaden's side, 2 damage going up to Xiang. So first check, draw trigger, he does get a draw 1. Second check, yeah, put in damage, and second check, there we go. So alright, let's see how this strike deck set really goes into its in its raw capability as we now go into the discard and ride up from the right deck into Chronojet Dragon. There we go. Chronojet Dragon from there, makes a Gear Rider skill, you get to Soul Blast 1, search your deck for a grade 3 and add it to your hand, and he searches out for another Chronojet Dragon. Interesting that he didn't search out for Balif, but maybe because he had most of his Balifs already, so he's just kind of like fetching out another grade 3, something that he can easily discard for striding next turn. Now he cannot do stride this turn right now because he has to start as a grade 3, or both players need to be at grade 3 in order for strides to occur. But we can see he calling out one Balif and Upstream Dragon to the side over there as well. And yeah, Upstream Dragon is a very key card in the Chronojet deck, so being able to have its ability to be able to leap down in terms of grade, so be able to change itself. It still retains its skill. Balif taking out the rear guard, the Agnoa from there, and Chronojet Dragon coming in for the attack. Now Chronojet Dragon, his base power is 11k, but the crest allows him to be able to go up to 13k, so and the crest is also what allows the deck itself to actually gain a lot more power. Drive checks, one heal trigger, so King Sam will be able to heal off one and give the power to Upstream also. But let's see whether he's going to use Upstream Dragon, but I believe Upstream Dragon is limited by Generation Break 1. Now for newer players that aren't familiar, Generation Break 1 is the old mechanic from the G era of Vanguard, whereby you need to have a G unit face up on your Vanguard circle or in your G zone, which is where you normally will put your order cards, and then if they're face up, then those skills will be able to activate also. But as we now see, Jaden actually coming in with Loronerol grade 3 right now, and the grade 2 skill popping off, where he can now look for the grade 2, and most Loronerol decks will be running with the Matter Red Runway, and he does find the Matter Red Runway over there, and that will give him +1 critical when he actually sings the song. So, but of course, also the thing about the Loronerol deck, the song cards, is that the most the most powerful one would definitely be the 6 Flower Fractals. Because 6 Flower Fractals is the one that allows him to have his whole entire regards actually restand together, and Loronerol himself will get power out of it. Combined with its ability also as well, as we can see, it's popping the first one, which is singing a song. So singing a song means turning the order card face down, and he sings the Romantic Happiness. It gets +5k. So it's the first start. The skill that I was mentioning about Loronerol is that it needs its other skill when you have 2 songs sung already. When 2 songs have been sung already, your opponent cannot actually call Sentinels during the battle that Loronerol attacks also. So that's why the 6 Flower Fractal will make it so that you can't PG, but it gains a lot of power out of it also. But Noah is actually able to pop off from there as well. This is proper timing. Able to knock off from there. He will be able to get the draw 2. And now we'll see the guard from Chronojet right now. So will Ging Xiang be putting a guard down, just checking the powers and everything and all that. Again, Loronerol does not have that guard restriction just yet, so it will be the next turn. So his next turn. So maybe considering the time frame over here, so we'll be able to see whether if we're able to see those 2 songs and whether if King Xiang can actually work around it. So Loronerol has been around for quite a while, so anybody that's been in standard competitive for a while will know its in and outs from there. It didn't really get that much power. It did got some, but not enough to really kind of like bring it back into its prominence for Lyrical Monasterio, because these days Lyrical Monasterio is still dominated by Kyrie these days or so. But regardless, we can see the guard for Upstream, just protecting Chronojet Dragon. No guard. With 2 damage, draw trigger, draw 1. Second check, no trigger. So first check, Overtrigger. Overtrigger coming out from the check, so remove from game, draw 1, and 100 million most likely go to Chronojet Dragon. So yeah, there we go, that's the indicator right there. But this is the end of the attack cycle anyway, so while Ging Xiang doesn't get that counterblast, he still stays at 2, so it's a little bit more comfortable, and he does have 2 counterblasts also, which he can comfortably use it for a lot of skills also, which also includes his strike, and it also includes like Chronojet skill as well. But as the turn pass over to King Xiang, we get to see strike happening in Overdress right now. But he does ride over, so that he actually can gain more soul, which actually makes sense, putting the shiny one on top. the right deck version the right deck card on top also, and discarding Balif to stride into, looking for the correct card right now, and it should be Fate Rider Dragon. So Fate Rider Dragon skill will be able to allow him to actually change one of the regards into another unit of grade +1. Well, of course, Chronojet's strike skills activates, which is set to the bottom of the deck. Then this really gets you send a regard to the bottom of the deck, and then Balif skill will be able to activate, which I believe he gets +5k if I remember correctly. when you cast instead of the bottom deck, sorry, 10k. So, and Gear 0 actually gets plus 5k as well, so it becomes a 30k booster. I think he may have forgotten to actually draw from Balif's skill, which is Balif can actually draw 1 if you discarded him for the cost of strike. But I guess that is floated over already. I mean, I missed it too as well, so because I was checking cards on the side. So I did mention last videos that I wanted to make sure that I was able to, to be more informed of the cards that will come into play. So, but here we go. Fate Rider skill activates, flip a unit face up, send a rear guard to the bottom of the deck, and search for a card in your deck with +1 grade, and you search for Upstream Dragon. And yeah, that unit gets plus 5k for every card in the G zone. But of course, that's not the more important thing. The more important thing is the crest card, which is every card in your G zone allows your front row to get plus 5k. Chronojet may not have Persona right, so but this is how he makes up for it. So with having the strikes, face up strikes actually give all the units in front of the power through the crest. Of course, heal trigger coming out from King Selson. He cannot heal, but he does power to Balif, and a critical trigger too as well. There was a no guard on Fate Rider, so +1 damage. And third check, this is the third check, no trigger. So 2 damage straight up. Or gates outside, but of course he PG'd earlier. We used the Blitz PG, so he pumped all of the crit, I believe, into Balif. So carry out the power, upstream gets plus 5k, so he himself will get plus 5k if he actually turns it into a grade 1-2 as well. So yeah, 1 damage, upstream goes to the bottom of the deck, his skill procs, and then he searches for a grade 1. And that grade 1 looks like it's going to be GG, so GG classic in the old Chronojet deck back in the day, but GG skill will be able to proc off too as well. He's got enough soul for it. Let's see if actually he's going to pop off from there, but just count out the power. Yeah, Soul Blast 2, there we go. And he actually gets a plus 5k, so because of the 30k booster, and he gets a +1 draw because if you have a G unit face up. So Balif now coming in very, very big right now. I believe he's got 2 triggers on his side. Plus the front row plus 5k too as well, so that's a huge number right there. So I'm trying to do the math in my head, but I'm currently failing right now. But as we can see, so 13k boost with the 20, 30, 33, then plus 5, so 38. So yeah, that's a big ass guard for lack of a better term. So 4 cards coming down. Yeah, 4 cards coming down just to block off the turn. Stride out. Pass the turn over. It's been a while since we actually said stride out, so because that used to be a thing back in the G era. Now, you know, back into it. So you do see a lot of it in premium still, of course. But you know, premium is not one of those formats that we've been able to do for quite a while. So there's a Persona right, if I remember correctly. I think I might have missed it by just putting that 1 dice up there. But now Loronerol singing Mad Red Runaway. So right now, Loronerol will get +1 critical, so this will be 2 damage if Loronerol managed to get the attack in also. But let's see what is the follow-up over here. So with Jaden's field actually being a little limited right now, he still has another ignore, so he actually managed to call it down, call full field straight up, just so that everything can really proc off from there. And yeah, at 4 damage to 2, so Jaden does have a lot to catch up on. So, but he attacks with the rear guard first. Alrighty. Now, Loronerol does have 2 songs face down, which means that her full skill will be able to come, will be able to pop off from there. So Ignova attacking. Alrighty. The song has been sung, so he'll be able to counterblast for it. So, but as you can tell, he's got no counterblast anymore right now. But let's see whether Ginsan will take it. So as I was saying, Loronerol's full skill is now active right now, which is that cannot guard with Sentinels. When your opponent cannot guard with Sentinels when she attacks. And because there are 2 songs sung already, so Ginxia has to be careful with his guarding, so make sure that he doesn't have only Sentinels. But he does have a front trigger, so that does give him +10k to the front row. Balif is a little safe, Chronojet is a little safer. No Sentinels, but looks like Ginxia might have. He did check quite a few triggers, so he'll be able to have a few guards ready and available for this as well. But of course there's 2 critical, so he could comfortably take it, but of course there is the drive check still, so he does have to be careful. Alrighty, so counting out, this is 23, 38 in total. 38, 53, so heal trigger. Jaden does get to heal 1. Alrighty, and second check, no trigger, so safety for Ginxian right now. So it is 3-3, so yeah, So there's a counter charge from I believe it's the back row rearguard that gives it the counter charge. I haven't been able to spot that card unfortunately, so I apologize everybody if I'm not able to find it. Oh yes, there we go. It is Luisa that actually gives it also. But as we can see right now, we're going to Chronojet Dragon next stage for Gingxian right now. Strike generation, dropping Chronojet Dragon, and yeah, going into next stage. So a very classic card from the Chronojet set. So, and if anybody that has nostalgia for the G series, so this is definitely something very familiar for you guys. So anybody that has like stopped playing Vanguard, come back and see Chronojet being there again, it's like what? We have Strides back in Overdress again. Woo! Yes, you can actually in Vanguard right now, but it's only just the one deck. So and yeah. It is what it is. Damage check, no trigger. So upstream dragon skill will be able to pop off, so he's going to send it to the bottom of the deck and look for a grade 1. I wonder which grade 1 he might be calling. And from the looks of it, he calls another gear 0 right to the side there. So 2 gear 0s. This skill will be able to pop off if either players rearguards were sent to the bottom of the deck. They gain plus 5k. They gain plus 5k basically. So yeah, that's 30k, that's 26 on that side. So not a strong number, but not like a magic number in a sense, but yeah, enough to actually make sure that this is actually a big card. So let's not forget also there's also the 2 Fate Riders there, so it's actually plus 10k to the front row. So that's a huge number going off also. But PG coming down for next stage. Triple drive, first check, heal trigger. He cannot heal, but he's got plus 10k to the back row gear 0 basically. Draw trigger. So he gets another draw and then enough power there. So there's a reason why all those power is going to the back row center unit from there, and that's because Chrono Dragon's skill, which is Color Blast 1, discard 2 cards. Send this card back to the G zone and then choose your Vanguard and stand it as well. So Chronojet Dragon will stand. And it does have the power. It's now plus 15k to entire front row right now, so he's already like 28 on his own. 28 plus god, how many numbers are there? Drive check still as well. Heal trigger, cannot heal still, but still more power that now can be given to Balif or obviously Balif as well. Front trigger, so the whole entire front row gets plus 10k. This spells trouble for Jaden right now. So, but he does have a defensive trigger, a heal trigger, keeping him up at 4 right now. So yeah, hopefully he's got enough guards to be able to defend against this also. But he's attacking the rearguards right now with the gear 0s. Now Balif going after. Does have plus 10k from the card that's being sent to the bottom of the deck. But from the looks of it, so I wonder with all the PGs really gone, so will Jaden would be able to defend against this. Plus 15k so because of the crest. So yeah, the crest is really the one thing that really makes this deck really strong. So it's a unique thing for the Chronojet set. So I'm not sure if it's something that might be replicated down the line. Because there was announcements that it was the Messiah strike that set. So but Jaden's going to take the damage. He still lives. He's at 5 damage and the turn passes over. So yeah, let's see whether Jaden can come in as well. But I don't think he does have another Loronerol, so then he actually gets to draw 1 plus 10k to the front row. But from the looks of it, so if you manage to clip his hand, so he doesn't have any song cards. So you know he doesn't. So he's not able to block off Agnoa. He's not able to get the benefits of 6 flower fractal. I keep forgetting the name. 6 flower fractal, yeah, that's correct. So Magnoa coming to attack first on the side here. So without new song card in play, so he does get the benefit from Loronerol, but not having 6 flower fractal will really hurt him this turn. So and seeing how big King Xiang's hand is, so yeah, this is gonna be a tough turn for Jaden to overturn. So but let's see how he does. There's still the drive checks. So the Overtriggers haven't come out yet too as well. So I gotta point out. So we haven't seen any we haven't seen any of the Overtriggers really just putting the heat on top also. For both sides also, minus Ginxia's turn also, but his Overtrigger was a defensive check, so he doesn't benefit from its ability. But Arlim coming down for the PG, blocking off Agnoa. The other rearguard now attacking too as well. And Ginxian will take that damage. Is a Steam Breath Dragon at 4 damage. Loronerol now attacks. Loronerol skill will pop off. So there's a reason why he Arlimed early, because he cannot use Arlim here. Loronerol will block Sentinels at this stage or so. But right now he does guard with the grade 2, which ability is Soul Blast 1, and he gets plus 5k shield. And then if you have a face up G unit, he gets plus another 10k, so it's a 15k total, I believe. Sorry, yep, 10k instead of 5k, sorry, my mistake. So it's actually 15k from there, plus the 2 intercepts too as well, because of GB1. So I think he still needs more, so another 15k down or so. So in total, it's a total 40k guard, so it's at 53. 53, 23 plus 8, so 31. So this could be 2 triggers or so. Yingxiang might be leaving it just at 2. Actually, no, actually he might have no pass or so. Yeah, he's actively made it no pass, straight up. Based on my numbers, of course, also. Check, draw trigger, draw 1. And yeah, nowhere else for the power to go. So, but the turn passes over to Yingxiang. And from the looks of it, so he's managed to get another strike down, and he's going to bring out once more Chrono Dragon next stage. Yep. Seems familiar, so for anybody that has played Vanguard for a very long time, so definitely familiar to me. So, but it's kind of nice to just kind of see this back into play. So, oh, ballsy enough, actually going to call Alim in the back row and attack it with next stage on his own. Next stage does have plus 15k, so this is actually 28 plus 15. So 28 plus 15. Oh, jeez. 28 plus 15, 33, 43. So it's a 43 on next stage. Oof. And it will go up even further, especially with Chronojet attacks, so because he's plus 20k. So he himself will be 33, then 33 plus the booster with whatever triggers is in there. So, but here we can see Jaden trying to block things off right now. I can't get the exact numbers. He does pop off the Soul plus 1 and he gets plus shield power. And yeah, would this be enough? So, based on what I'm seeing, I don't think it might be, but triple drive happening. First check, no trigger. Second check, Alim. Third check, no trigger. Alright, so the block off was successful also, but Chrono Dragon next stage will get his discard 2 and send back to the G zone. Make that crest give it plus 20k to the front row, and Chronojet Dragon is attacking with Alim 33 plus 6, 39. He's only got the 1 card in hand, so but he does play the order, but otherwise drive check, draw trigger, second check, nothing, but the 6 damage already went down already. So good games between both players. So now do take note, so what you're seeing right now is actually the Chrono Dragon next stage deck. You can see it's a 51 card deck that you get from base. You have to remove 1 card from it, but we have to apologize because we weren't able to actually get Loronerol's, or rather Jaden's deck list for Loronerol in time for this video's edit to drop as well. So we'll try to make sure that we keep track of all this and make sure that we get the deck list for all the players right now for your guys' referral and all that. But otherwise, that's it for here, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.